Imagine a world where you could download knowledge directly into your brain, where scientists grow human organs inside pigs, or where people merge with machines to live forever. Sounds like science fiction, right? But these are real experiments happening right now, and they could completely redefine what it means to be human. In this video, we're diving into 10 bizarre experiments, some shocking, some inspiring, all mind-bending, that might shape the future of our species. Stick around till the end because the last one might just change humanity forever. Number 1. Brain chip implants, Neuralink and beyond. Let's start with one of the most talked about experiments. Brain-computer interfaces. Elon Musk's Neuralink recently showed a paralyzed man moving a computer cursor, using nothing but his thoughts. That's not science fiction. That's happening. The potential is mind-blowing. Imagine controlling your phone, your car, even your house, simply by thinking. Imagine restoring sight to the blind or hearing to the deaf. But here's where it gets even crazier. Musk and others believe one day you could download knowledge directly into your brain. No schools, no memorization, just plug in a chip and boom, you're fluent in Mandarin, or you know quantum mechanics. But here's the dark side. If your brain is connected to a computer, could someone hack you? Could governments track not just what you do, but what you think? Brain chips could make us gods or puppets. Number 2. Lab-grown organs in animals. Every single day, around 20 people die waiting for organ transplants. The shortage is heartbreaking. But scientists have a wild solution: growing human organs inside animals. In Japan, researchers have successfully grown pancreases inside pigs using stem cells. In the US, experiments with sheep have created embryos containing both human and animal DNA. The dream? A world where if your heart fails, doctors can grow a brand new one for you inside a pig, perfectly tailored to your DNA. No waiting lists, no rejection, just replacement parts. But this raises questions that sound like the plot of a dystopian novel. At what point does an animal with human cells stop being just an animal? If pigs one day carry human brain cells, do they become part human? Number 3. CRISPR Babies. The world was stunned in 2018 when a Chinese scientist announced he had created the first genetically edited babies, twin girls with DNA altered to resist HIV. The backlash was swift. He was arrested and his work condemned. But the truth is, the genie is out of the bottle. With CRISPR, scientists can snip and replace genes like editing a Word document. That means the end of genetic diseases like cystic fibrosis or Huntington's disease. But it also means something more controversial: designer babies. Parents could one day choose height, eye color, even intelligence. Imagine a society where the wealthy design perfect children while the rest of humanity is left behind. Are we curing illness or creating a biological class system? Number 4. The Head Transplant Project. This one sounds straight out of Frankenstein, a human head transplant. Italian surgeon Sergio Canavero once claimed he was ready to attempt it, taking the head of a patient with a failing body and attaching it to a donor's healthy body. The theory is that if you reconnect the spinal cord and blood vessels perfectly, the brain could survive in its new host. On animals, experiments have been disturbing. In the 1970s, a monkey's head was transplanted. It lived for 8 days, able to see and bite, but paralyzed from the neck down. If this ever works on humans, the questions are terrifying. Would the patient wake up as the same person, or someone new? Are you your brain, or are you your body? And more chillingly, would the wealthy simply buy new bodies to extend their lives indefinitely? Number 5. Artificial wombs. In 2017, scientists placed premature lamb fetuses inside an artificial biobag. They floated in a nutrient-rich fluid, hooked to machines that supplied oxygen, just like a womb. The lambs developed normally. Now the same technology is being explored for humans. Artificial wombs could save millions of premature babies every year. But let's push it further. What if one day, people choose not to carry pregnancies at all? Imagine labs where babies are grown to order, their genetic traits optimized, their birth dates scheduled. This could free women from the risks of childbirth. But it could also commercialize reproduction itself, turning babies into products. Number 6. Mind uploading. The idea of uploading your mind into a computer has been around in sci-fi for decades. But today, scientists are taking it seriously. Projects like the Blue Brain Project in Switzerland are mapping the brain's neurons, billions of them, in hopes of one day simulating an entire human mind. If we succeed, you could live forever as a digital consciousness. You could inhabit virtual worlds, chat with your great-great-grandchildren centuries later, or even download yourself into a robotic body. But here's the paradox. If a copy of your brain is made, is that really you? Or just a simulation that thinks it's you? Mind uploading could grant immortality, or prove that the self is more than just code. Number 7. Growing mini brains in labs. Inside labs right now, scientists are growing tiny clusters of human brain cells called organoids. These mini brains can't think like us, but they show brainwave activity eerily similar to premature babies. The purpose is noble, to study diseases like Alzheimer's and autism. But as they grow more complex, an unsettling possibility emerges. What if one day these organoids achieve some form of awareness? Already, one experiment hooked a mini brain to a video game. The cells actually learn to play Pong. It begs the question, if a brain in a dish can learn, does it feel? Does it dream? Number 8. Cryonics. Freezing humans for the future. In Arizona, in a facility called Alcor, dozens of people lie frozen in tanks of liquid nitrogen. Some are just brains, some are entire bodies. They've paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to be preserved after death, waiting for science to revive them. Cryonics is controversial because no one has ever revived a frozen human. But experiments have revived frozen embryos and even worms. Supporters believe one day nanotechnology could repair cells and bring people back. Imagine someone who died in 2025 waking up in the year 2200. They would step into a world of flying cars, colonies on Mars, and who knows what else. But here's the disturbing thought. If revival never becomes possible, all those frozen bodies are just expensive tombs. Number 9. Human-animal hybrids, chimeras. Chimeras, creatures made of both human and animal cells, sound like nightmares from mythology, but in labs, they're becoming reality. In 2021, scientists created monkey embryos with human cells that survived for nearly 3 weeks. The goal is to study disease and grow organs. But imagine the ethical minefield if a chimera developed advanced intelligence. Would it be just an experiment or something closer to a person? History shows us that humans often push science forward before we're ready for the consequences. And this experiment may be the best example of that. Number 10. The simulation hypothesis. Now for the strangest experiment of all, what if our entire reality is fake? Some physicists are actually testing the simulation hypothesis, the idea that we're living in a computer program. They're looking for glitches in physics, like pixelation at the smallest levels of space or irregularities in cosmic rays. If they find proof, it would mean our entire universe is not real. We're simply characters in someone else's simulation. And here's the kicker. Some scientists believe the odds we're not in a simulation are almost zero. If that's true, then every experiment on this list is just code rewriting itself. From brain chips and designer babies to artificial wombs and simulation theory, these bizarre experiments are no longer just ideas in science fiction. They're happening now, and they could completely redefine what it means to be human. Will these experiments save us from disease and death, giving us a brighter future? Or will they push us into dangerous territory where we lose the very essence of what makes us, us? What do you think? Which experiment excites you the most and which one terrifies you? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Techno Tales for more mind-bending stories about the future of humanity.